Rachel Austen, founder of Elle Crée Paint by Number Kits. And whether you're at an event or party or just painting on your own, we hope the experience helps you relax, unwind, and tap into your creative side. I'm going to give you a few quick instructions for how to get started with our mini kits. So our mini kits have a project time of 1 to 2 hours, and your kit will come with one 6x6" sturdy and smooth painting board, 6 American-made non-toxic acrylic paints, 2 reusable synthetic sable hairbrushes, and instructions. You'll also want to have some additional supplies on hand: toothpicks for stirring paints, cotton swabs for fixing mistakes, a jar of water to wash your brushes, and a paper towel or rag to dry them. A few other things to note: you should select a painting location with good light, and have your reading glasses handy if you wear them. Wearing a short sleeve shirt will prevent you from accidentally dragging your clothing through wet paint. And if you do get paint on your clothing, wash it immediately with soap and water before the paint dries to prevent staining. We recommend that you read the instructions that came with your kit and refer to the number guide inside. Acrylic paint does dry quickly, so only use one color at a time and close the paint pots tightly when not in use to prevent the paint from drying out. Use a toothpick to mix each paint color before first use, and you can mix in a drop of water if the paint feels a little too thick. Before painting, wet the paintbrush, tap it dry on your rag, and reshape it with your fingers. Start with outlining the zone. Use your small 5/0 brush and dip it in paint about halfway up the length of the bristles. Make sure to cover the lines with paint, not just the white areas. Redip your brush in paint as needed. Use either brush to fill in the zone. It works best to paint in thin, smooth layers with even brush strokes and to even out any ridges with your brush while the paint is still wet. Using the size 2 brush will help you fill in the larger zones more quickly. Wash dry and reshape your paintbrush every few minutes during use, even if you're painting the same color, to prevent paint from building up on the brush, which will make it harder to be precise in painting the small spaces. And for particularly tight areas or small zones, make sure to start with a clean brush and only a small amount of paint on the tip of the bristles. Make sure to rotate your canvas as needed to avoid smearing the paint as you move from zone to zone. Acrylic painting usually requires 2 coats to eliminate streaks and to fully cover the canvas lines and numbers. My personal preference is to finish painting all the zones of one color and completing the second coat before moving on to another color. The paint will dry quickly and additional coats can be applied within just a few minutes. Some of the colors, especially the lighter ones, might require a 3rd or 4th coat over the numbers themselves. Most mistakes can be fixed with additional layers of paint. So if you make a mistake, wait for the paint to dry and then paint over it with the correct color. If you get a little paint on the pre-printed background, you can dip your cotton swab into the water dish, dab with a paper towel to absorb any excess water, and then use it to gently wipe up the unwanted paint. After you finish both coats, you can go back and do some cleanup between the zones to achieve nice, clean lines between colors. It doesn't really matter if you're outside the lines, it's more important that the lines look smooth and intentional. Here at Elle Crée, we believe that anyone can be an artist. We're so glad you've discovered our mini kits, and we hope you enjoy tapping into your creative side.